Hi, I am Lee from Normandy Atelier. Today we are going to paint the road to Château Gaillard. I love Château Gaillard so much. It's a beautiful historical place here in the Normandy region. I always go hiking there and I took so many photos and I wanted to paint a scenery inspired by my hiking there. So this is technically an imaginary place, but I felt it's going to be a very beautiful attempt to do this beautiful landscape. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your time with me. For my materials today, I am using an A3 canvas paper. I like to use those because they are easier to storage. I'm using acrylic paint. My colors are titanium white, ivory black, burnt umber, burnt sienna, rose sienna, cadmium yellow, cobalt blue, ochre green, and scarlet red. For my brushes today, I'm using number 18 flat brush, number 8 flat brush, number 4 bright brush, number 4 round brush. I have a small fan brush. Also, I have two small detail brushes, number 0 and number 000. Also, I have a pencil just to do a little bit of a sketch. Also, we need a cup of water to clean our brushes and some kind of a paper towel just to dry them. And that is everything we are going to need today. So the first step, I want to do a little bit of a sketch for my landscape. I'm going to use my pencil. The first thing we need to do is to separate our sky from our land, to have our horizon line technically. So this is here and here. I mark them out of the canvas. They are this is the halfway point from the right and the left. This is the quarter way point. So if I found the middle way point between them, somewhere in this vicinity, I'm going to go up, maybe like here. And from the other side, same thing, somewhere in this vicinity, maybe here. And I can just do some kind of a sketch. Like, it doesn't need to be straight. It can be go up and down, for example, like this. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And here it will be we will have our sky. Here we will have our land. I need to find my third of my canvas. It will be somewhere in this vicinity here. I'm going to go almost 1 centimeter or a half centimeter behind it or below it, and same for this, above it from both sides. This is here will be my river technically, and I want my river or my lake, whatever it is, to arrive somewhere to the quarter of the canvas. If this is the quarter here, I want it and this is here, it will be a little bit up. So maybe here, let's say here, that would be my river or my lake, and I want it to feel bigger from this side and smaller from this side. So it could be something like this. It could be bigger, organic shape until it arrives here, like this, from this side, and from this side, like this. We will have our lake here, starting that. I want here also to have my principal hill, where is my castle is going to be, so I can have it here, up here. So this is here the center of the canvas, so I'm a little bit down and to the left, or to the right, I'm sorry. And from this side, it's just going to be a little bit above the third of the canvas, maybe here, like this. And from this side, it will be, I want it to arrive even higher from that point. So somewhere in this vicinity, like this. We can have another piece of land. So we'll have our piece of land here and another piece of land there. But I don't need to overwhelm myself with all the details right now. From this side, we will have another hill coming here. Maybe it could be a field or something. And this line here could be fixed. So we will have it like this here. So we will have a piece of land here, a piece of land here. We will have our road, our water, our main hill, and those two small hills here. And we can modify them. This is here too straight for me. So I'm just going to make it more organic shape like this. And even here, organic shape. I didn't like the straight line that we have. Something like this. This is here the quarter of the canvas. This will be my road. This is here again the road of the quarter of my canvas. I want to go a little bit in, maybe to the around the third of the canvas, somewhere in this vicinity. No, actually, I will arrive almost to the quarter from both sides, and we can have our road. I can go on a diagonal kind of a road from this side. From this side, it could be like on a different kind of an angle, like this maybe, until I arrive somewhere here, like this. And I want it to feel narrow from that side and more bigger from our side, something like this. Arrive here, like this maybe, and it could like bend a little bit in here, and it could bend again a little bit there. Maybe we have a hill or something like this here. We don't see it immediately. Maybe like this. I don't need to overwhelm myself with it. Yeah, I just make it narrow from that side and more not narrow from our side, and we can find a design or something to it later. But yeah, this is our principal shape, and now we can move to the next step. So the first thing I need to do is working on my sky, do the first coat on it. But the first thing I need to do is mix some kind of like sky color. So I'm going to have my cobalt blue. Going to add white to it. White, lots of white. I want to feel light. Some brown to make it more natural, and maybe a touch of black, because I want it to feel a little bit desaturated. The cobalt blue is really strong. I want a different kind of a color. Maybe we'll use the cobalt blue only for the water later. Yeah, some kind of this kind of a color. This is really pretty color, and I'm going to use this color, I feel, for the base coat of my field that has blue flowers. I'm going to have my number 18 flat brush, and I can have that color start with it up here. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of cobalt blue just in the beginning, and up to feel a little bit darker up. So my color, my sky color and cobalt blue together at the same time, so it feels saturated and dark up there. And I want it to feel lighter and lighter as we continue down our way down of the painting. So something like this. This is a nice color. Don't worry about any kind of brush stroke or anything like that at this point. So yeah, here I am arriving to the quarter way of the canvas. I still have this color, mainly this color, and on the quarter way now I will start introducing white to the occasion, so it will feel lighter and lighter. So now I can have my color, my sky color on my brush and white at the same time, and I can mix it up here. I can go lighter and lighter, and I can go a little bit up, mixing the color up to the darker section, so it will feel like it's blend out, and it will feel like almost like a gradient, like this. Now more white and blue, sky blue. Nice. It leans a little bit of a gray color because I'm not adding anything now, just white on my dirty brush. It leans a little bit to a grayish tone, a little bit because we added black and white to the mix, but that is fine for me. I didn't, like normally I will go with very kind of a very strong color for the sky. I don't know why I feel like today I want something softer like this. Maybe because the last time I hiked in this area, it's called where the castle is, Château Gaillard. it was almost cloudy and it felt like this, so I don't know. I'm just adding more white near the horizon and I'm bumping into my lines. I'm still going to see them for like the pencil mark. That is great for me. I don't want to lose anything. And I can go from left to right. And I'm bumping into the lines because when I add my other layers, I don't want them to feel like I am painting around the skies or something like that. No, I want everything to feel like it's a layer in front of what we have before. If the brush is overloaded, I can just squeeze it on my palette, on my paper, and I can add more white to feel like even lighter and lighter here with the sky like this. And I am not very concerned about anything. It's just from left to right. And even that I'm concerned about full coverage because we will add clouds and we will do a second layer on that later. Yeah, this is everything for this step. Just make sure to dry your canvas before we move to the next step. So the next step, I want to continue working on my sky, adding atmosphere dimension and adding more like elements, like the clouds. So I'm just going to start with some ultramarine, not ultramarine, this is cobalt blue. And I can enhance the blue on the corners here, darkness. It will add like more depth. And up here, whenever I want to feel like it's like really like summery and stuff like that, I can just almost like a dry technique or dry brush technique. I just can rub it around, even in the like these sections from left to right. This will add some like blue tones. Now I can clean my brush. I don't want blue. I'm going to work on my clouds immediately. We can go many directions. I'm going to use my number 18 flat brush and number 8 flat brush probably. And I'm just going to use white for now. I can add volume to them in the next step. So I'm going to the center of my canvas, somewhere in this vicinity here. I'm going up a little bit. So this is here the halfway point. I'm a little bit up and I can start some of my clouds. And I'm going to use just my brush like this, and I can like work almost I don't have paint, I don't have lots of paint, and I can start the formation of the clouds. I keep them soft edges from the outside until I arrive here. Maybe from the center here we have a big one coming here, and I'm using the corner only of my canvas, of my brush. I can have here, we can have whatever design we want for our clouds. This is just a fun step. You can just have fun with it, make them big, make them dramatic. I feel like I want them dramatic and not subtle at all today, so we will go with that. I'm going now with just the edges of them, and I can like connect them, for example here like this. This is here a very big cloud that I am painting, so maybe it will come here, go up like this with just the white, nothing else on it. So maybe it's from this side, it will arrive like here. It will have some like big bumps here and there. Or this will be white in the inside. It's like big clouds in the Normandy. We have them all the time. They are really nice. And I keep soft edges to them again. Go around. I diffuse them up when I am running out of paint. And here, like this, maybe. Big, huge cloud like this. It could have peekaboo spots. That is great. And that is I feel like my main. I'm going to go to my number 8 flat brush. This way I'm going to control the paint more. I don't want to have like big clouds like down here. So we can have clouds near the horizon, above the horizon, and we can have just clouds happening here and there, like this. Something here maybe, I'm using not just the flat tip of my brush, and I can have them like this. Maybe we will have a few clouds happening here, maybe here, more of them like here, one here, bigger one here, and another one like here, maybe like this. Even I can have like one here, and maybe one here happening like this in this like manner. Maybe few here, something like this. This is really pretty. And now with all these clouds already in place, I can decide what I want them to give them more volume. We can go brown. I don't want to add warmth to the sky. I want it to feel cooler. So I'm just going with brown, with black and white to make some kind of a gray color, but leaning more like medium kind of a gray. Maybe a touch, teeny tiny touch of brown just to make it a little bit warmer. Something like this. And I can go with my brush again, and I can, this is too much. I can just make him darker from like one corner or something from down below, like this. We can add blue to them as well, like a touch of a blue that will make them, yeah, the blue was nice. To make it cooler and darker, we can go violet. We can do whatever color we want, and just diffusing that inside of the clouds. Maybe here we will have something like this. We can have just fun with that. Maybe we can have some of that here. Again, not too much, like this. We can go again around them with some, again over them with some white, and immediately right now, like this. Like from down below, I can just tap them like this, and that will create the effect that I want. Maybe here a little bit darkness like this. That is really nice. And now I can clean my brush. I don't want that gray anymore, and I can just go back to my white, and I can just work on here on this like section, so they can like talk to each other and just feel like there is some kind of separation between, or not separation, there is no separation, like they are blending from one color to the other, and the clouds will feel like connected and more natural. I'm going to clean my brush very well because it still have that gray. I'm going back to my white. I can have more whites up here like this. I can just diffuse it a little bit up because I still want it to feel like it's a clear day. Even if I have big clouds like this, it's fine. Like this. Or big dark clouds like this. If I need to correct myself here. I'm going to look to it from behind. This is fine. Maybe here. Make these edges softer and softer. We can add a touch of water to the brush if it's not working, or the paint is dry and it's not moving. But for me, this looks really good so far. I can just use whatever is still on my brush to diffuse these edges like this. We can, even in the blue could work, it's fine. inside the clouds themselves, some blue. Going back to my number 18 flat brush. It was giving me more control, to be honest. Yeah. Maybe here. I'm just adding some white here and there, like this, even near the horizon. Diffusing this a little bit up because it has too much of a line, like this. Yeah, that looks perfect. We could add sunshine to it with a touch of yellow with my white, dabbing it on my my brush or my palette. Paper towel, I don't want to have lots of illumination. Something like this. Up here, maybe there's sunshine or something. On some places, on some of them, like this. And now I can go back to my white because here it's too much for me, and I can I'm going to clean my brush from that yellow. Cadmium yellow is very strong, and I wanted to add it. We could have some brown, but I'm just adding some white now over the yellow in the stronger place. And yes, this is everything for this step. So the next step, we need to work on the background colors. I think I am going to do the first coat of these hells and everything now. And this is here, we could have like two kind of a separation for them. So we'll have a smaller hell here and some kind of fields like here maybe. For the background here, I want something dark and far away. So it will be mostly, I'm going to use my sky blue color with, I don't know, brown. Let's see what we will arrive. Some kind of a darkish color like this. Just adding my sky color with some brown, and I am mixing it until I arrive to this color here. And that could be, as you see, it's very, I'm going to add a touch of yellow to it as well to feel like a little bit of a greenish tone as well. And I'm going to use my number 4 bright brush, and I can work here on this kind of a hell that I established over the horizon. It doesn't need to be anything specific, but just here I'm going to get rid of my line that I did before with this brush here, like this. Nice. As you see, it's very far away. We are just, by adding the blue, it will push everything away from us, and that will help with the perspective. And I'm going to make it a little bit like this here, this color. Maybe have a bump here or something like this. And from this side as well, like this. Make it thicker, this line. And I don't have much paint or a lot of paint. Like this. That is enough for my background hells. For this section, it will be again hells, but it will be different from everything else because it will have not different. It will be like the fields, like same as we have all in these places, but they are far away from us. My fields are green, yellow, and blue, depending on the flowers in them. I'm going with my sky color first of all, and I'm adding yellow to it to feel this kind of a muted green color. Here, this is too strong, so I'm going to add even white to it just to make it really faint and really far away in the distance, or something like this. Like this, yeah, a color like this, a very sage green color. We can have a section that is coming like maybe here like this. It will arrive here. Maybe we have another one like here, green tone, like this. And I'm keeping the edges unsystematic. Maybe we have a patch of that green here. Maybe all this section here near the other hill is here, like this. Maybe there is one big one here on the side, like this. I want to make some kind of a Naples yellow. I'm going to clean my brush, almost like a Naples yellow color. So I'm going with mostly white and a touch of yellow and maybe some brown, just to make it really far away and out of focus, kind of a yellow, something like this. And I can have some yellow like here. And if it's too much, I can have white, more white to it, so it will feel like too far away from us. The burnt umber will make it natural and a little bit greener, which is great, and the white will push it away. I could add a touch of blue to it. Let me see what will happen. Yeah, I'm just adding teeny tiny touch of blue to it, to that color, so I will push it even farther away from us. Yeah, see the difference? That was too strong for me, so now I will have this, and I'm diffusing it into the face of into the lines, and but also into the here, the other greenery that I did before. Maybe we'll have this line here. I'm going to make it arrive up here, why not? Maybe here it will be also yellow, like this. And I will have this section maybe here, even yellow, why not here? And now I'm going to clean my brush, and I want my blue field color, so I'm going with my sky color and lots of white, maybe a touch of brown. I don't have too much paint, and I can have this here, this color. And again, I am diffusing it into the other colors. It's almost like a grayish color now, which is fine. I don't mind it to be gray. And if I don't like it, I can add touch of ultramarine. Why I'm thinking ultramarine? My cobalt blue, and I can just add it more here. Something like this, that is fine. I'm going to add some color to it in a minute, but now I can work on my hill here. It's the same process, but I want the color to be a little bit more saturated than this. First of all, I am not really liking this green, so I'm going just to darken it up with a little bit of blue, just to push it even far away from us. Like this green is too saturated now comparing to everything else, so I'm just adding a touch of blue to it, like this. Yeah. Over it a little bit. Sometimes these kind of things happen when we are painting. We see, oh, I like this color, but it feels off when we add other colors near it or something. And that is the beauty of painting. We can always modify things. We can add things some here and there. That is fine for now. What I was saying, yeah, I'm going to continue with my number 4 bright brush, and I can work on these. Here, this is one of our main hills, and we will have our chateau or our castle here. I'm going to have a little bit of a ochre green, and I'm going to have some blue with it and white, almost like same amount of all these colors, and I'm going to mix it and see what am I going to arrive to. Yeah, this kind of a color, it's very pretty, but it's faint a little bit. I can have a touch of yellow on it just to make it vibrant a little bit, and I don't lose that. Some kind of a like minty kind of a color. Look to this, like this. Yes. And I'm going to have my hill here with this color, like this. And see, comparing to this like other green that we had, it's very different. And it feels closer to us. So I'm just going to do this here. And now I can decide where is this green going to be. So maybe we will have this here like this kind of a green color. But also I will have my other kind of colors. So I'm going to clean my brush and I can decide where are my other kind of things I want to have. I'm going to mix raw sienna with my yellow, maybe a touch of white as well. And this, I have black from somewhere. And I can have this color here for like a section. I can just use a section and say, oh, this is a field of like far away field or something. And maybe it's here, like this, here. From this side here, we will have our lake. So maybe we will have a batch of this here and here. And we can decide whatever we want to do with them, like this. And I want them to be also bigger than the ones before. So maybe this one is going to be really big here, like this. Why not? And this is going to be like really big here. And maybe it's like a farm or something, so it will feel like more like of a shape like this. Going to clean my brush. I can have my green in this section here. Maybe here, maybe we have a big batch here. Like this. And maybe here. Like that. I'm just going to use my sky color now, and I can have a batch of that here. And maybe some here. And maybe one here, why not? Here, not sure. Like I'm going to go to my greenery and I can connect those together here, why not? I'm going to do the entire thing here with the green. Actually. And we can separate that later with some kind of trees and background trees and the silhouette and stuff like that. And roads, we can add roads. Something like this. Even if there are still some kind of or like canvas not painted, that is fine. We are going to do a second layer on it later. And now I'm going to my water. I'm going to do my water with some cobalt blue and white maybe. But for now, I'm just going with my cobalt blue, nothing else. Because I want this lake or river, the Seine, whatever it is. I saw so many body of water when I hike. Sometimes they are the river, the Seine, sometimes they are lake that like in the Seine itself or the Seine go to form some kind of a lake. So I'm going to add this water here with the blue. I could definitely go to a bigger brush, but at least now we get rid of the sky. We finished the sky. We don't need to worry about that. So yeah, that. I'm going to my number 18 flat brush. I'm going to clean it very well. I need to go with I'm going with burnt sienna for this section here. Sorry, this is raw sienna for this section here. I'm just going to paint the entire thing with this raw sienna. And my rod, my everything. The raw sienna will be a very great color for shadows for my field. I'm going to I'm imagining to have some kind of a field wheat, more raw sienna. If my brush is a little bit dirty from the blue above because it touches the blue, that is fine, don't worry about it. Arriving here, I'm not even concerned about my brush stroke, I'm just coloring in technically like this. From the other side it will be blue, so I'm just going with my sky blue color, sky blue and ultramarine. It's not ultramarine, it's cobalt blue, so I'm just adding that here. A touch of water so it became fluid a little bit, like this. And this is only the first layer. I am going to separate it more and have more section and more dramatic things happening. But this is, and we add grass and flowers and all that kind of pretty things. But yeah, this is here. Now I am going to mix another color, which is the color of the road. I'm going to mix a kind of a tan color, so white with burnt umber and maybe some yellow, just to make it a little bit shinier, because the white with only burnt umber it will be a little bit dull, and I don't want it like this. I want to feel everything is a little bit vibrant. So I'm using my number 8 flat brush, especially here for this section where my road is, or my road is finishing. I can add some darkness down here with some brown. Can get rid of the brown and go back to my tan, mix it a little bit like this. And yeah, like this. I don't need to do the atmosphere dimension immediately. I like to add the brown or the darkness from the at the end of the canvas, because that will make everything work easier for the next steps. I'm just adding a touch of brown here, like this. And yes, this is everything for this step. So the next step, I'm still working on the background hills. I'm going to add some highlights and some shadows. I'm going to separate more. I'm going to add some trees. I'm going to add some roads, all that kind of beautiful things. I'm going to use my number 4 round brush. So the hill color that we did before with some white. So it will be some kind of a grayish tone. Just to add some highlights here and there, like this, maybe up here. Maybe up here like this. Whenever we want to add some highlights, we can just illuminate a little bit. And I am not even going to do too much of a work on these, because they are I can see them here, they are fully painted. There is not a lot of things that I want to do. Yeah, touches of black as well. Something like this. I can have touch of any kind of a yellow that I want, maybe even just some sienna here. If it's too much, I can even diffuse it here with my hand, because I don't want to feel anything to feel too much. This is very far away and we are not going to see everything on it. So just keep everything soft and diffused like this. That is more than enough. Now I can work on these here by just again adding some lightness, maybe just white with whatever color that I use at the same time. So white and the color that I already used, so maybe some lightness here, and I am just looking for where are places that I didn't fully paint, and I can add some lightness here, maybe here, maybe here, like this. And I can do whatever kind of a technique I want, but for the brush stroke, I mean. But I like, for these like far away, I'm just going from left to right. I'm going with some yellow and white, very soft yellow, to add sunshine to some of those. Or again, almost like a Naples yellow kind of a color. Maybe more yellow on it, just to indicate sunshine. Here far away, maybe there is some kind of a sunshine. Too much, again, we can just diffuse it. I'm just going to use like lines of that here and there. And if again too much, like what happened before, I'm going to my original color and I can bend over it to diffuse it and make it even darker here, like this. I can go inside some of these lines, like this. I can go to my, like, same of my background colors. Let's see, I'm going to some ochre green and blue. So ochre green, blue and white, and a touch of brown to make a very muted and darker shade of green for the background trees. And for those, I am going actually with my number 0 detail brush because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And I can add whatever kind of like dots and stuff like between the separation lines. So those could be maybe here, like, because in these like places we can always find these trees happening very far away, especially in the separation lines here. I'm just adding dots, some of them bigger, some of them smaller, some of them like have texture, some of them is not, just stuff like that. And they are very small with this like number 1 brush. And just in the separation lines, maybe here, some of them small, some of them big. Maybe there is a tiny bit of a forest, who knows. Maybe here as well. I want this to be a little bit lighter, so I'm just adding a touch of white now, and I can have those to be a little bit lighter on shade so we can see them over the mountain. If it's again still too dark, we can add more white to them and we can have more of that color here. I don't want them to feel textured. I'm just adding dots and these lines here, dots and lines. That's what I am adding, and I am letting my brush like just move here. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to continue here with this line, with this color from the other side, and it's the same exact manner, dots and lines and texture. So again, those are the lines that we have, the trees, the background trees and stuff like that, like this, on the mountain or this hill, far away hill. There is no mountains here in the Normandy, something like this. Now I'm going back to my green, dark green color, and I'm continuing those from this side. So maybe we will have some here, maybe here. They don't need to connect with each other. We could, but I don't need to. Maybe this one is bigger. Here, like this. Here. And again, this is fun. We can add those whenever we want. When I take photos, especially from like a higher place, we can see lots of trees in this like manner. Most of the time, but yeah. But most of the like farms, they will use trees to separate their land from other land, which is interesting, I feel. So this is what I am using here. The same thing. Oh, this is the separation between those two lands, here and here, with these like kind of tree. Like this, see, we can have like separation between them. Again here, I will have some like lines like this. Maybe there is in the middle of the field, there is something, who knows. Here, I want to separate them. This is too big, so I will have those here, like this. It is nice. From the other side here, here. Something like this. That is nice and pretty. This is too round for me, so I'm just adding some like, I don't know, separation between the two, like this. From this side, I need a little bit of here, maybe just dots and rounds and whatever they are, like this. Now I can move to the next step, which is like those here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this section here, the middle way section, until I arrive to my water. So I'm going back to my number 4 round brush, and I can work on the light and on my shadows. So I have my original green color. I can have a touch of yellow on it together, and I can just add highlights from a section or something here, up. In some places it's too much. Again, I can go to my original green, sage green color, whatever it was, and here maybe just using the tip of my brush and going from left to right, like this. Maybe here there is some sunshine happening. Need some why I'm saying ultramarine today? I need some cobalt blue. I need to add some texture to those with like just ultramarine like this. This is too much. I didn't like it. What am I supposed to do for those? Maybe just white, adding some touches of white over the ultramarine like this. Make it textured like that, nice. So there's just white on my dirty brush, and I'm just dabbing it so it have texture like this. This is more than enough. I'm adding ultramarine and white here. Oh my god, it's not ultramarine, it's cobalt blue and white. More white. This one here got really worse and worse. I'm just adding some texture to it like this. I need to work on those, so I'm just adding white now here. White and my original color for the fields. So something like that. I can add some highlight and sunshine happening here like this. And then I can just enhance those with more like this, some shadows, because some of them is not fully painted, but yeah, it's not a big deal for me at this point. So yeah, those are technically finished. What I want to do now is I'm going to work with my number 4 round brush, and I want to add my castle. I'm going with my tan color that I used for the road. And the castle is really easy. It's just some kind of a structure. We are seeing it from very far away, and it will cover almost the entire thing here. So I can do some kind of a triangle here like this, and it can go here to begin with. We will have the main tower maybe here. Maybe here there is another tower or something. Maybe another one here. Just going to color this in here now. Again, I'm just adding marks to this, like vertical marks, whatever they are. And I didn't like I just rounded a little bit up, like this here. That could be our castle, nothing more. Now I can use some brown, and I can have shadows on every section from like the left. So here we'll have a shadow for the tower, from this tower here as well, and from this here, like this. This could be here in the shadow, or you can have some lines happening, maybe here for the entire up here section. Again, we can section it up to find whatever we want. Like maybe this is here like another kind of structure. Maybe the fence of the fence. Is it the fence? I'm not sure what it is. It could be like the wall or something, and it could be like in the shadow here. We can have just marks like that. Maybe marks here like this. I messed up a little bit, so I'm just going to do this in with like more like this, the original color. It felt too brown on me, like this. Going with some white to add some highlights, maybe a touch of yellow, and I can add those teeny tiny, like from the side here and up like this. And like here, down here, like this. I'm going with just white to add another highlight up here. Diffuse it a little bit. Again, it's a faraway castle. It's our destination. We want to go there. Like this, that is nice. I can add more towers. Maybe there is a tower happening here, and it's from the other side. Maybe there is a smaller one here. You know, stuff like this happening. Because they are far away from us and they are in the shadow, and the castle is really big, and it's just from the other side of the hill as well, because it's a very big place. That is nice. It doesn't need to be connected at this point, something like this. Now I can have some trees, more trees, but like this color that we use is really out of focus. I'm going with some ochre green and black to be just a darker kind of a green color, and yellow. The yellow will just make it vibrant. It will be a dark, vibrant green color. See, without the yellow, it will be a little bit dull. And I can have trees here, and in the separation between them, and they are going to be a little bit bigger than before. So I can have one here. They could be smaller and bigger, or whatever shape we want to give them. Maybe those here are connected to each other, but they are always going to feel bigger and bigger when we arrive. So the one that I'm going to add here, they are going to be a little bit smaller. First of all, I'm going to clean my brush again. I'm going to do some kind of a faint tan color, tan with white. And I want to have some kind of a road. I'm going with my number 1 round brush. So maybe we have some kind of a road here. Maybe the road is happening like this here. And we can see some of it here and here. It's happening here. Maybe there's all this road for hiking. And we are seeing tips of it or something. Why not? I'm going to add this here near the shore. Maybe there is a cycling road or something from the other side. Here. Maybe there is some kind of a road here from the other side of the hill. Here maybe there is like near the road, near the separation line. Maybe there is something happening behind like this. Maybe here as well. There are lots of hiking routes from that area, which is always great if you like hiking like me. I always go there, especially in the summer, in June, because it's magnificent. Maybe here. Maybe this road here can go up as well, like here. Something like that. Just adding these roads, it doesn't need to be anything exact. Now I can work around them. We can see the separation and all that kind of thing. So I'm just going back to my dark green color that I mixed. And I can add more trees here. Like this, here. Continue with this. I'm going with this like side now, near the lake. And I can go up after that. Maybe smaller one here, one like here. And I don't need to add them all over the place. I want trees here, especially here, actually. Here. This will indicate the form of the... and if I am hiding something from the other side, it's great. It will just indicate the form and where everything is like starting and finishing and all that kind of things. This side, maybe there is one here, and it's just imaginary. It's not imaginary, it's based on a real place, but I am imagining the scene based on like maybe 10 photos that I took, but it's not one special or specific photo that I am using as a reference photo. It's like multiple. So yeah, maybe here. We can add here a little bit, maybe here, these, here. Here it will be like larger. Maybe here it's like this. Again, just like generic kind of a shape for a tree. Maybe here they are like really big, like this. I'm just tabbing them now. Here. I just want something out of focus, and it's not really necessarily something that I am concerned about what it is. It's just something away from us and out of focus. And we have trees here and here. And maybe here, smaller ones. Here, so I'm just tabbing with the tip of my brush here. Especially near the road. And maybe here like this. Those are maybe farther away from us, like here. From this side as well, maybe we have smaller ones here. I want to have them all from this like the lake side here up. I feel like the lake side will have lots of trees on it. More than anything else, so I'm just adding more and more like this here, something like this, so we can have variety of different kind of shapes and stuff. That is really good. So now I just need to add highlights and darkness to them, so I'm just adding brown to my brush, and I can add just touches of brown and that original color, green color, just to indicate darkness. And here, push them a little bit far away. I don't want to use black necessarily, just because I want to use the black for the foreground shadows. We can do blue, but again, something like this, and I don't need to do many things to them, just stuff like that. I want to add a road near the lake. From this side I didn't have it. I thought I'm going to cover it, but I didn't. Maybe we have road here happening. So just the tan color with white, maybe a touch of water this side, more white maybe here, something like this. We can have like windows and stuff in the castle itself. I can add touches of black here, just touches of black. Maybe again there are some kind of windows or holes. It's a very old place. I think it's come back, it goes to the 13th century or the 12th century, if not even more. I feel like this is a little bit flat here, so I'm just going to go to my original color for them with a touch of yellow. I can just add a little bit here and here. And if I didn't like it, it's not just like it's just too much, I can just counter it with the original sage green color, like this, and like this. I didn't really like it, so I'm just counter that with my sage green color over it, and it will dry a little bit differently. Yeah, like this, it is better. Say we have some sunshine here, some shine there, but I diffused them. That is great. The only thing that I need to work now is I can have some brown actually, and I can add some branches and stuff like that for the trees, like this, just horizontal lines like here with the brown. Not in all of them, especially here the ones that are closer to us. And I can go to my number 8 flat brush, and I can work on my water. I'm just going to have some ultramarine blue and black near the shore here, going from left to right to have some kind of a darker shade of blue, like this. Add some white, that is know where it's coming from. Adding more black like this. I'm going to my ultramarine on my not on my dirty brush, this is too much. I'm going to clean my brush, adding just ultramarine now. Do a second coat here in the middle, up, add some white like this, add some sunshine or something in the middle. Like this, that is nice. Now I'm going to my round 4 brush. I can have some dark, I can go with black and dark green and some blue. I can have some reflections here. Maybe just the dark green. Can have some reflection happening here, just impressionistic, and just touches of that color, diffuse them away. They are in the water, something like this, and we are not seeing everything, of course, especially from that side, but something like to indicate that. Just having some ultramarine, not ultramarine, just the white and cobalt blue. We can have some like ripples of water happening here and there. You can understand it's water, it's not other field. You can have some sunshine with some yellow here. Just going from left to right with these lines. Now I can go with just white. I can have just white ripples of water like this. You can do them this step if later, if the water is too if everything is blending together, we can wait until everything is like dried. Something like this happening here. Diffuse them with our hands. To clean my brush, it has too much colors, and I can have just white, and I can have white even happening here. Too much. I barely have any color on my brush, and I can have this here happening. This here, yeah, now it feels like water. Something like this, and we can understand, oh, the water is coming here to the lake. Like this, diffuse these. And yes, this is everything for this step. So the next step, I want to continue separating the foreground now. This is here my initial field, and this is my road, but I want my road to have more movement to it. And also I want to have like two kind of a fields here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going with just a yellow color, like maybe like the same as I did before here. And I can have this here from left to right. Just have a section here happening with this color, like this. And that could be a far away field behind this one. And I can have some green now with my dirty brush, and I can have just some kind of transition or something here. It's just some green, dark green color happening like this here. Nice, nothing more. And from the other side, actually I'm just going back to my yellow, and I can have my yellow to arrive even here, like this, like this. So here it will have a section like this. Now I can go to some kind of green color. I'm going to dark green color. I can have a small section, like a small triangle here with this green, like this maybe. And now I can go to my tan to fix my road. So my road will feel like it's coming here, it's arriving, like it's happening like, it's like somewhere in this vicinity here. And maybe this greenery happening like this here. Yeah, I needed the greenery to connect. Felt like there was something wrong in it. Like this, yeah. Now I can go to my tan, and I can have my road to feel like this, maybe here. I wanted to go to feel like it's coming here. Let me darken this entire thing here with the green, like this. Now I can go to yellow, and I want this here to feel more yellow. Now I can go to the tan color. And my road, it's going to arrive somewhere in this vicinity here, here, and it will go. I really don't like this. We will see. Like I find a design for my road later, but for now I'm going to my fan brush and I'm going to work on those to add details to them. So first of all, this is like really good here. I'm just going to add to make a very soft kind of a yellow. So I'm going to have white and yellow on my brush, and I can just work this here with this brush just to have some texture happening, especially up here. If it's too dry, I can just have more. Yeah, it was too dry. I can work with this like this. That is nice. From the other side, I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to have some ultramarine, maybe. Not ultramarine, it's the cobalt blue, and I'm going just up with this like manner, like this. So just ultramarine, just cobalt blue, and I'm going up to create these marks. And here, smaller marks with this fan brush, and when I am arriving near me, I am making the marks longer. I'm going up really strong, I'm pushing it like this. Now I'm going with white on my dirty brush. I can do the same like here. I can just create this like here. Some highlights. We can do another kind of brush stroke, not brush stroke, different color, like different kind of a blue. But for me, like this works right now, like this. It's nice. I'm going to leave it for a little bit. I'm going with my cadmium yellow. I need also some burnt sienna. So I'm going with some burnt sienna right now. And I can do those here. Those brush strokes. Same thing as before. Just some. I can have some of them even here to add warmth and different texture here. And I want them to be longer, the strokes here. Something like this. I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to my cadmium yellow. This is a very pretty color, and I can have this beautiful field of wheat happening here. Just add those between. Like if I have too much moisture like here, this is annoying. I don't know where the water came from, but yeah, I can just add those. I can make those like here bigger. The wheat grass thing. And we are going to add even white in a minute. Now I'm going to add white on my dirty brush, so white and burnt sienna and the cadmium yellow to add all this texture here and there. Like this. This is really pretty. Very impressionistic, as you see. Now I'm going to my number 8 flat brush. I want to add, I need to finish this here, the greenery. So I'm going with some green. Again, I can just dark green that I used before everywhere. And I can finish those here. Just like this here. I finished the entire thing. I'm going with just ochre green now because this is too textured at the same time. I don't want it to feel like this. I want it to feel like it's a field. So I'm just going to to a touch of ochre green like this. Ochre green and yellow to make a really nice, beautiful, vibrant green like this. Yes. Up here, happening maybe like this. That is nice. I can have a touch of black on it. I can have some textured things happening like this, here and there on it, like that. Now I'm going to clean my brush, and I want to add some big long trees, or all the trees that I have. So I'm going with my dark green for now, a touch of black, make it darker. And I want to have some like big trees happening here. So the first one is going to be here. Start here, and it will arrive somewhere in this vicinity. Here it will arrive somewhere. I'm going to have just to build it like this, to feel like just dabbing it right now. I should have started from down below. I'm just dabbing these kind of a cylinder kind of a trees. We have lots of them in Normandy. They are not really pine trees or cypress trees. I don't know what they are, but they have very beautiful sound to them. I'm going to add those. I saw lots of them when I went hiking the other day. It was last week actually. It was really pretty. But yeah, I can just add more. I can have some edges to them. I don't want to feel, I wanted to feel really, we can have some peekaboo spots for the sky that will make it natural, but it's not necessary. We can cover it like this. It will like have, I want them a little bit bigger from the base of them to be a little bit bigger than the up. And yeah, like I'm just dabbing it like this. That is really nice. And now I can continue with the same color, and I can have another one just near here, and it will be smaller, a little bit smaller like this maybe. And I should be careful because I don't want to arrive near my chateau. We don't want that. Just adding more black now. Diffuse those edges a little bit to have some branches or something. And I wanted to feel again bigger from this side, so I'm just adding those here, something like this. Those are nice. From the other side here I can have some green happening here maybe, so we can understand, oh, the field is finishing here, it's not the entire thing, and it's coming to this side here. So I'm just adding this greenery here near the shore like this. So we have this section with the green, it's arriving here. And like this. I can have my round brush, my number 4. I can have any kind of a green I want, and I can have some green happening here maybe. Just here near the river. They are far away from us or something. Maybe there is one that is like happening here, and it's like really here like slender like this. Why not? I'm going to adjust more black to it so it feels closer to us. The black will push everything closer to us. So I can have it here in the silhouette like this. That is nice. While I have black and white, now I can have some Actually, no, I'm going with raw sienna. I'm going to add some branches and burnt sienna at the same time, and I can have some branches happening here. And I don't need to do them all over. I can just have a hint of them here and there. Here, maybe here. You know, stuff like that. And they don't need to be connected to every single line. We can just have a hint of them here. With a touch of water if the paint is not moving, like what happened here. And the tip of the brush, something like this. That is nice. Just a hint of that, and even here, because this is closer to us. Add the other, maybe it's in the shadow, so we can have something like this. If it's too much, again, we can go to our green and we can just diffuse it like this here. I need to add more dimension to this, so I'm going back to my flat brush, number 8, going to clean it. And I need to add some maybe yellow and ochre green. I can tap it because I don't need much, and I can have maybe more yellow and maybe a touch of white as well. Just very light green. And I can, like this. I can have this from this side and from this side. Just to build it up a little bit so it feels like two-dimensional. Nothing is, especially up here. And even here, this one here, can have that here. Something like this, that is really nice. Here maybe a little bit, I'm going to have black only. I can have just darkness from this side, enhance those shadows. Even down here, the black is great. It will add the form. We could have started with the black only at the beginning and build all the colors over the black, but that will darken really darker than it is right now. So I didn't want that. Something like this. You can have enhance some of the shadows here, maybe like this. Shadows are really great in the foreground. Even we can have them up here like this. That is nice. We can have some shadows here. Now I'm going back to my number 4 round brush. I want to add more trees near the lake, but again those are out of focus. So whatever kind of a dark green color we have, we can have some of them like here. Maybe there is one. Maybe there is one just like here. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. Because I'm not even concerned about the shape of them or anything. Smaller one here. Like they are like here. Something like this. Even here we can have one to cover some of this ugly road that we don't want to see. I can have touch of yellow on some of them like this from the side. That's it, nothing more. This is here too much. I can just diffuse it. So yeah, something like this. I just need to add some kind of hint of this, like here, the stem or of the tree itself. And I can have some kind of a highlight on it here, like that. That is great. Now I can continue with this brush, with number 4 round brush, with some greenery around here, with some just tapping this as some kind of a grass or something, and maybe some yellow as well. Just add some texture to this, like here, because it's too flat. Something like this, it could work. I'm going to my fan brush. I can have some ochre green, and I can add greenery here. So it feels like, oh, it's an actual field, it's not water. like this, some greenery, yes. Even here we can have some greenery inside of the field itself. Going to have some black, and I'm going to just to enhance those with some black here. Like this. And I feel like this one here has too much burnt sienna, so I'm going back to my yellow, and I can have just cadmium yellow again to enhance those. Whenever I feel like there's too much burnt sienna, I can just add yellow, touches of yellow, so it can, the burnt sienna became just the shadow of that, like this. Nice. I just need to work on my road, so I'm going back to my tannish color right now, like this here. The road, like it's arriving here, of course, like this. It's going inside here. We are not seeing everything of it, like this. And maybe there's some kind of a hint of it here. So maybe it's like coming here and going away or something, who knows. Something like this, that is nice. So yeah, this is everything for this step. The next step, I want to add some highlights for these trees, for the castle, the chateau, all that kind of thing, because they feel a little bit flat. I'm going to have some yellow and white on my very small brush, and I can have that here, like this. I can just touch those trees. Don't worry, it will like dry darker. If we don't like it, we can always come back to our ochre green, and we can do just ochre green here on these trees, just ochre green, like this, because they are closer to us. Even here we can have some ochre green on them, like here. Have a touch of color. They feel really one-dimensional, and I don't want that. So yeah, like this maybe. I really don't like this one, so I'm going to counter that with a touch of black, like this. Maybe this is more in the shadow, who knows. Something like this, and I can go now to the white and yellow, because I want to add some hints of that to the castle. Maybe here, maybe here, up here, like this, to this side, because it feels really in the dark right now. Maybe up here, this, yeah. Something like that. Here. I can go to the tan color for the road. I can fix this a little bit like this. Is there any kind of tree that need help? No, I feel like maybe those here in the middle, yeah. Just having some ochre green now, just ochre green. I can enhance those here, and here, yeah. From the right, this one here, and that one, yeah. This one here definitely needs some work. Those as well. The background one are fine, just the one that they are here, this one. Yeah, this is better. Here maybe from even the other side, like this. That is nice. I'm going to have some white, and I can enhance those here a little bit with some white for the tree. I'm going to just fix it like this. Maybe the sienna again. And draw sienna, maybe, I don't know, it feels off. Yeah, I like this. I just wanted to feel like wood texture, like that, yeah. Just adding the raw sienna was good. And yeah, this is everything for this step. So the next step, I just want to finish my road. I'm going to use my number 8 flat brush. I'm starting with some white here. And I want just to make this road here with a touch of maybe the tannish color with white, but mostly white. And I can make it lighter up here. Like that, and here as well, lighter on me, something like this. Sunshine, even with the white, that is nice. Oh, with the yellow, touch of yellow on my brush, that is good. I'm going to have some burnt sienna. No, I didn't like it. I'm going with brown, actually, yeah. I can have enhanced some of these shadows here near the road, so I'm just pushing it in here and here as well. Like this, I can go to the tan color, blend it in like that. Now I'm going with some green. I'm going to some of the green that I used before here, and I can just have some, actually I want some black with my green, and I can have that here, something to indicate that it's like in the middle there is some kind of a grass or something, because we see that all the time here, just like that, green and ochre green. Black and ochre green, like this. Make it bigger here. Now I'm going into my fan brush. I'm going with just ochre green, and I can have this texture happening like this. I can have touch of yellow as well, and I can enhance those here. A touch of black maybe. Touch that again, something like this. Nothing too much, something like this. That is nice. This is here too much greenery. Now I'm going with the same thing with just a ochre green, and I can, not ochre green and white maybe, ochre green and white, and I can just do these lines here for the maybe touches of black as well. I don't, it's not working for me. Maybe just yellow, yeah, like this, something like that, just to indicate some kind of grass texture or something like here. Now I'm going to my flat brush, the number 8. I can have some black. I can have some shadows here, on this side here, on the floor. I want to have some blends here, so I'm going to add shadows here from this side, but not from that side, like this. Here it will be fine, but just enhancing those shadows here, like this. That is nice. We can move to the next step. For the next step, I want to work on my field. I also have some patches of grass happening on both sides of the road. So the first thing, I'm going to use my flat brush. I'm going to have some yellow and white To enhance this white here, I want to have some more sunshine happening here. I love this fan brush. It can indicate all those kind of things, but again, now when I'm arriving here, I can go to my burnt sienna and I can use that to indicate all these maybe burnt sienna, raw sienna. Not sure what color do I want to use. Just to feel like the closer part of them to us, they can feel more in focus. So I'm just going white actually. And I can add my colors to them later. Just going white, and I'm using the fan brush in this manner now. So that will be the end of my road here. Those are this is the end of the field of the wheat, and this will be grass. Now I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to ochre green and black at the same time, and I can add grass here happening, but it's like smaller, and it's coming here like this maybe. Like this. We can have some greenery here, and from the other side as well we can have the same thing with green and black happening, but I want them to arrive like this from this side here. More black happening like this, coming like that. Nice. Actually, no, I just want this to be like that. Nice. If I darken this side, it will feel like it's already dark, and this is like the side of these blends here. Nice. Same thing as here. I'm just going with burnt sienna. I don't want lots of green, so I'm just adding this. I don't want to add grass. Add this burnt sienna, yeah, burnt sienna, and the whatever color that I had. Nice. Going to clean my brush. Going to cadmium yellow, so I can just have cadmium yellow the same way. These brush stroke that they are vertical now. Like this. Nice. Don't need to do much. I can go with white without cleaning my brush, and I can have more texture on them like that. Up here and here. Some of them like I'm turning my brush in different kind of manners, like this. It's nice, but not arriving to the down here, because that is like my field, the edge of it, so it will be darker. I need some blue color, some ultramarine. Oh my god, cobalt blue. All the painting of today was this. So I can add those here. The texture like that. It is really nice. I can have only white now, and I can add those here up like that. It is nice. I'm just scanning some of it here, and I am making it taller from our side, those brush stroke, because they are bigger. Like this. If it's too much, again I can add black to add some shadows here. And even from this side, like here, adding some black will indicate these beautiful shadows. Shadows are one of the most important things. I can even add them here and here. And yes, this is everything for this step. So the next step, I want to add some fence, especially from the right side. I'm not sure from the left side if I'm going to do that or not. I'm going to go with my round brush. Actually, I'm going with my bright brush, and I'm going with only brown color. I can decide where the posts are going to be. So maybe the first one is going to be, I need to find an angle for them. I'm not sure. I'm going from the smaller ones here. I didn't like the idea of the flat brush. It feels too big. So I'm going to the number 4 round brush, actually. And again, just a brown, and I can decide where are going to be. And they are going to feel like smaller and smaller when they are far away from us. So I can start this one here. And they will be closer to each other when they are far away. Something like this. That will be taller and bigger when it's arriving to us. Maybe this one here. Maybe just trying to keep them vertical, but it's really hard. Maybe this one is here. Like this, and it doesn't need to be vertical. Maybe they are, it's not maybe, like I always see them, they are, some of them is old and withered and all kind of things happening to them. Just adding a touch of water to my brush because the paint is not moving. And yeah, like this. This is 1, 2, going to make it a little bit bigger. Here. Maybe this one is here. We could have like a hint of big one here, but I don't need to. From this side, I'm just going to have dots like this, so we can understand that the post is continuing, but we are not seeing it from this side. It's hidden behind the hill. And even here, I'm going to add those touches of brown like this here, so we can the entire thing is going away outside, like it's almost like a line because they are just dots of this, because the post, we are not seeing it, it's just around the entire thing from here to here. I feel that this is a little bit too small, so I'm just going to widen it a little bit like this. Yeah, make it straighter like that. Now I can just do some kind of a horizontal kind of a line between them. So like this maybe. And when it's arriving here and it's going down, we can understand the hill is going also down. Like that maybe. And we can have another line here. Parallel to the first one. Like this. This is really, really pretty. Make it bigger here. Now I can go to my burnt sienna. I can add, actually I'm going to burnt sienna and raw sienna together to make this orangey kind of a tone. And I'm going to do highlight from this side. We can go white, but I have those colors, so why not using them? Like this. That will be the shadow side and that will be the highlight side. I can have this highlight. I'm going to add a touch of water to it again for these smaller tips lines here. here, 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 up here. So I'm just going up. I don't need to do much, especially when they are far away, but yeah. Here I'm going to add this color again, and here as well, here, here. I'm going to have a touch of white now, and I can enhance those with some white from this side, so it feels like really it's touching the light and all that kind of pretty stuff. The contrast will create all this pretty effect on it, like this. And I don't need to do much away here, just maybe dots or something. And here as well. And yes, just a touch of brown for this one here. My brush is overloaded. Just adding a touch of brown here. It's too big of a highlight, like this. Now I can have some black or brown actually. I can go black and brown, and I can have big shadow happening here, here, here. Maybe just the black actually. Yeah, just the black. Make them dramatic. And yeah, like this. That is nice. Dramatic post shadows like that. That is really, really pretty. Maybe here we have hints of these shadows in the road. Just adding more black to this side here. I can have black to indicate the shadows, even like on the vertical side, but I don't. Do I want this? Maybe, why not? Like here, here. It's not necessary, but something like this could work. Can have this black here, black shadow like this. Do I want it from the other side? I'm not sure, to be honest. Just going to fix this a little bit like this. Do I want another fence? I'm not sure, but for now I just need to make this a little bit longer, like this and this. It was a little bit off. Maybe all these need to arrive to the same point, like maybe this is here a little bit longer, like this, yeah. Go with the burnt sienna and white to add just a touch of a highlight here, because it's not really showing. Just going to the dark, like lighter tones here, so burnt sienna, white, and make this highlight a little bit bigger, yeah, like this, and up here. Like, I feel like I want to do something here, I don't know what. I don't want to add another fence, but I can add flowers and grass. I'm going to my fan brush now, and I'm going to just green, and I can add some grass here happening. Maybe here we have like bigger grass, like this here, yeah. I'm going to continue this grass here, like that, yes, like this, and make it bigger from this side. I'm going with some yellow on my brush, and not yellow, I need just a vibrant green, so I'm going with just yellow and ochre green to make some kind of a lime green or something. And I can add those here, yeah, like this. Now I can go with my round brush and I can add flowers to those. So I'm going with my red because I always see this, like, I think they are poppy flowers or something. Like I'm going with some black and my Scarlet Red to do a darker shade of beautiful red, and I can add those here. Like maybe we have one here, maybe we have one here, smaller one here, like this, like one. We have one here, like this. Touches of those here, something like that. I can have this beautiful red away, even here. Clean my brush. I'm going to add a touch of yellow to my red and a touch of white because I don't want it to go really pink on me. So the yellow will counter the pinkish tones, and I can add some highlights to those. Like this, yes. Some highlight here and there. And just impressionistic, I'm just adding dots here and there. I need a touch of white now on my dirty brush, and I can have touches of white here, like this. We can do whatever kind of a flower, but I feel like this is more than enough. I don't even want, do I want flowers from this side? Not really, like this is more than enough. But I feel like I need some darkness here, so I'm going to my fan brush, going some ochre green, and I can add some ochre green here, like this, yeah, like that. Of course, we can have all these like here until we arrive here, and we can have some grass. Yeah, why not? This vibrant grass is nice from this side, even in front of these here, like this, yeah. And I can have it with some yellow, white to add some even highlight on it from this side, like this. Like that. And I can have flowers from the other side, so I'm going to my round brush. I can decide what kind of flowers I want. Going with white, actually, a touch of brown, so a tannish kind of a color. And I can have like maybe like this, just flowers. I can enhance them with white, maybe just white for now. And I can add shadows to them in a minute. Yeah, white flowers here, here. I can have red flowers, maybe one here, one here, one here, like that. Just impressionistic. I can go with the white flowers here, maybe here, one. Just impressionistic style, not anything fancy. We can create like lots of other kind of flowers, but I feel like I don't want them to steal the show. They are just the accent thing that's happening on the road, like this. Some darker green, darker red. We can have that here for some of them. I can go back to the lighter shade and enhance those like this. Yeah, something like this. I'm just adding dots, nothing really invasive like this. And now I can have some white and black or brown or something, just to add some of these like here. They can have some stems or something with some shadows, because I didn't add lots of shadows, something like this. I can go to my fan brush, I can add some greenery again, and maybe white, just white, and I can add some of these like this here. these highlights here. So like this. I like this green color, so I'm just going to mix more. And I can add more like here. Touches of white on it. Even in the middle, like here. I can go to my number 18 flat brush and just add hints of shadows with some black here underneath them. My palette, I can have more black. This maybe just touches of like this grassy thing here. Even here up. Some of that original color here. It feels too much invasive, so I'm just adding some brown and white over it. Here, yeah. Now I'm going with my number 000 round brush. I'm having some ochre green, and I can have these marks up here like this, with just ochre green and maybe a touch of white, like this. Just ochre green. Some water, continue with it like this, just to add some marks with this like longer types of marks. The ochre green is really see-through for me today. I'm just adding those like here until like I feel like this is too much. I can just take it away. Yeah, some we can go to the flat brush, but a fan brush, but I feel like I don't want to. Something like this could work. I'm just looking to it from behind. I feel like the water is a little bit flat for now, so I'm just going to add some white maybe on my fan brush. Just add some hint of anything like here maybe. This, move it away. I have some blue like this, something like that. And yeah, this is everything for this step. So that was the last step of our painting. I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and I hope you painted yourself a beautiful scenery, the road to the Château Gaillard, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye everybody.